So now it's time to go forward with the building of the house, or the rebuilding of the house. And the first thing that needed to be done was to engage in the process of interior demolition. And the house needed a lot of demo. So on March the 17th of 1994, I had recruited a lot of undergraduate students from Holy Cross College in Worcester, where I was teaching, and they showed up on site. And friends of mine who lived in Maine South also recruited a lot of neighbors from the Maine South neighborhood who also showed up. And together we began the process of interior demolition, pulling down walls and ceilings and bringing all that debris out to very large dumpsters that we had brought on site to remove the debris. And that was the beginning of the work on the house, March the 17th of 1994. And when we started working on that, I had never done this kind of work before. And I wanted to be on the safe side. And I have a cousin, Joyce Enman, who's married to Chris Phillips. And Chris is a carpenter. So I thought it would be very handy to have Chris around so that we wouldn't take out a beam or a post or some kind of support that was holding up the rest of the house. And he agreed to come and supervise our demolition. And as all the demo was going on, he said to me, now Father Fred, how are you going to find the skilled work to do the carpentry on this project? And I said, well, Chris, you know, you're a carpenter, and I know you have carpenter friends, so maybe you could all come over and take a look at it and give us an estimate on the work that needs to be done. And he said, well, I have a better idea. I have a friend who works at Worcester Vocational High School, and why don't I call him up and see if they might be able to assist in any way. So Chris made the phone call and made the contact, and a month later, in April, the teacher of the seniors came on site. His name is Phil Solomon, and he looked at the project we were doing. He saw the beginnings of the demolition, he saw the house, and he said, you know what, Father? We've been talking in-house at the school for 10 years now about doing a project in the community that makes a difference, and we haven't done a thing. It's about time that we do. I will be here next week with my seniors. So the first week of May 1994, Phil Solomon arrives on the scene with 10 senior carpentry students from Worcester Vocational High School. The first thing they did was to start working on the front porch. It was a very interesting porch, and the problem with it is the materials were old and they were falling apart, they were rotting. So what they did was they dismantled the front porch, and they saved all the pieces, and they used them as templates, and they rebuilt a whole new front porch from scratch, using those original pieces and as templates. So everything looked exactly the same. And they did this the first part, all the month of May and the first couple of weeks of June. By that point, they had totally rebuilt the porch, and it looked wonderful. Everything was new, except these little rosettes that were original from 1863 when the house was built. And one of the painting teachers at the school had saved some gold leaf, and he came over and he painted the rosettes with the gold leaf, and the carpentry students put them back on the posts. It was really stunning what they were able to do.